Welcome to St. Joseph Evangelization Network. I'm your host, Peter Karutz. Well, for the next 3 minutes, I'm your host anyway, and we are live at the Catholic Men for Christ Conference here at the Two Hill in St. Louis, Missouri. So you might hear some little bits of background noise and people wandering by, but that's what it's all about on live radio. And I can't believe I'm about to tell you, I'm here with Jesse Romano.
Hey, my friend, how are you?
Thank you so much for being here. All I got to say is, I want to be in your gym.
The Lord's gym.
The Lord's gym,
That's
right. And your buddy Terry, what a great man too. I don't know, do you still have that program, or I haven't heard it in a while?
You know what? We are on the internet now. We're on, we started our own little internet podcast show. It's called Virgin Most Powerful Radio. We've been on about a year. We were on Catholic radio for like 13 years. We've been on all the major networks, but for whatever reason, God allows it. We've just been.
We're in the same boat. We were on EWTN for years and years, decades actually. But the internet
you get replaced by a younger crop of people. I'll just say that.
Maybe, okay. But the internet has such great reach.
That's right.
I mean, everybody, and you know what? You can listen to it all the time.
That's right.
All the time. So I know you're going to talk to us later on this afternoon. I can't wait. But tell me about being in the Lord's presence. You tell a great story about a young man that you may have arrested or maybe had to arrest, and you had him take a visit to church.
Okay, you want to hear that story?
I would love to. I think this is my favorite story. Okay. I'm the interviewer. I can ask you. Right?
All right, that's just one of many. I'm a retired Los Angeles deputy sheriff. I worked 25 years for the largest sheriff's department in the world. And I just felt, as a result of everything that I saw there, I felt that the Lord was calling me to be an evangelist in the Catholic Church, because I just saw so many people that were making a mess of their lives. The last 10 years of my career, I worked East Los Angeles, 99% Roman Catholic Christians, Hispanics, and I just basically saw how sin and the lack of faith, secular humanism, moral relativism is just destroying Catholics. And I just made a career, 25 years, of taking Catholics to jail.
Yeah.
I mean, really, I worked South Central, I worked Central. Most of the people that I arrested were Catholics. So as a result of that, I had my own awakening, and I realized that law enforcement is good. It's a tool, but it's not the be-all and the end-all. The end-all is Christ.
That's it.
And the reason our jails are full, our juvenile halls are full, our prisons are full, is because people just don't know Jesus, and that includes Catholics. And so as a result of that, I was inspired to start a preaching ministry as a cop. In fact, I was still working in law enforcement and just preaching the gospel my days off. I just put up a website and made some business cards and stuff. So I was doing this already in law enforcement, and people knew, and they said, hey, this guy, he talks the talks and walks the walk. But the story you're asking about, this one particular story, there's a kid that I arrested, took him to jail. He was it was a misdemeanor. I drove up and he was spray painting on a liquor store wall.
Was he good?
Nah, it wasn't even that good. Yeah, maybe it was good. I would have gave him a break. Yeah. So he was what they call tagging.
Right.
And he was ditching school and stuff, had dope in his pocket. So I took him to jail for several misdemeanors. I think he was on probation, so he did have a felony warrant. Well, I just was cruising by a Catholic church on my way to the sheriff's station to book him in, and I just asked him, I just said, his name was Juan. I said, hey, Juan. I said, when was the last time you've been to church? He says, last time I've been to church was for a funeral. I said, you don't go to Mass on Sundays? He goes, no. I go to funerals, weddings, and baptisms. I said, oh. I said, you're on probation and stuff, so you're probably going to go back for about 3 years on this probation violation. And he started crying, no, officer, please, I can't go back. I said, I'll tell you what, I said, I want to help you. I said, but you got to open up your heart. I said, I want to introduce you to my best friend. He can help you. He goes, yeah? Who's your best friend? I said, I know you're selling drugs, you're using drugs, you're involved in all kinds of nefarious activities out here. I said, my best friend can help you. Who is he? I said, okay, I'm going to take you to visit him, and I'm telling you, if you open your heart, I'm telling you, he'll change your life. So I drove him to a nearby Catholic church. He's in handcuffs.
Yeah.
I was working an undercover car that day. Take him out of the car, walk him inside the church. Now, the pastor was there. It was like on a Monday or Tuesday. He was washing his car, the priest, He's washing his car. Hey, Officer Romero, hey, Father, how are you?
What are you doing?
No, he'd seen me do that before.
okay.
He kind of knew,
Yeah.
So I'm walking with this kid in his handcuffs, and I'm taking him inside the church. Now, he's kind of spooked, He's saying, where are you taking me? I said, trust me. I said, I told him I'm going to take you to visit my best friend. Now, so he was looking around because it was a real old traditional Hispanic church in East LA,
Right.
Dark inside,
Sure.
a lot of statues, old
Candles.
statues.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
It was, like real old school.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I think it's a ultra rail, high, so he's walking and he's kind of spooked. You could see that he's out of his comfort zone. And I said, Juan, I said, kneel down right here. He goes, what are you going to do? Shoot me? I said, man, you've been watching too many movies. This ain't Scarface. I can shoot you. I said, this ain't the Cuban Police Department, okay? This is Los Angeles. So I took the handcuffs off and I said, don't run, because I'm a pretty fast runner.
Yeah,
Don't
right.
run on me. I said, seen that tabernacle? And I began talking to him about who Jesus is. Have you heard of him? Yeah, I've heard of him. He's the Son of God. Yeah, that's what I've been told. He came to earth. Yeah, that's what my mom told me, and my grandma. I said, and now he's here because he's God. He can do anything. And in some mysterious way, he takes the appearance of food, and he feeds our soul. Really? I said, yeah, that's why Catholics go to Mass on Sunday all over the world, because he becomes like a sacred meal. What? Really? I said, and I'm telling you, this is the best ecstasy. Because, these kids are used to getting high and intoxication. I said, you talk about getting high. I said, man, I come every Sunday, and I'm telling you, I am blown away. I'm out of this world. I said, man, my mind is in another place. He goes, really, officer, really? So I got this kid. Like he said, I've never heard about this before. Nobody's ever told me. I said, in that golden box right there, dude, that's all you need. I said, you don't need to be running the streets and selling rock cocaine and meth and heroin. I said, it's right there. You want to it's a supernatural high. It's better than anything you ever sold. He goes, officer, I want some. He started crying. And so I said, man, I'm going to lead him in a prayer. I said, okay, let's pray. And so I just had him pray like he really didn't even know his basic prayers. I said,
Sure.
repeat after me.
Yeah.
Had him say an Our Father, had him say an act of contrition. So I'm leading him in prayer. And I said, okay, we got to go now. And I remember I put the handcuffs back on him. I said, look, we got to go back to the car. We got to go to jail now. He said, he was crying. He said, officer, he was like 17 to 18-year-old kid. He goes, I've never felt so much love like I felt the last 5 minutes. He goes, I wish you could handcuff me to this place so I could never leave.
Wow.
He felt something there. What he felt, he opened his heart. He felt the power of Jesus Christ present there that he never really knew. And so I did that a bunch of times.
Yeah.
When I would arrest somebody and I would see that there was an opening, that they were open, because again, 99% of them were Catholics.
Right.
So it's not like I'm proselytizing or anything, you know what I'm saying? So when I saw that there was a little open, I said, dude, you want to change?
Yeah.
I said, you want a different life? I said, aren't you tired of this? Yeah, man, I'm tired. I said, I got a friend, man. I'm telling you, if he becomes your friend, he can change you. So I got my hand slapped a few times by the cat.
We all have,
yeah,
huh?
you know
We
what I'm
all
saying?
have.
But it was all worth it. I would do it again. If I was back in uniform, I'd do it again.
And you know what? It just shows that if there is a crack, the Lord will be there.
Amen.
You know, we can turn the Lord away, but He keeps trying.
Yeah.
He keeps trying. He wants to enter our life and enter our hearts. So I love that story, mainly because the difference in this kid's life, of course, was you to a large extent, but it was God. He was in the Lord's presence. Not pretend, not symbol, not kind of. He was there, and God made the difference.
Yeah.
I think God makes the difference.
Yeah. And I'm telling you one thing, it gives young people meaning and purpose, because our young people, in fact, Vatican II in the Catechism says the greatest threat that we're facing in the third millennium is atheism.
It's
we
true.
just have rampant atheism, or pragmatic atheism, as taught in public schools and colleges and secular colleges and stuff. It's a pragmatic atheism. They teach philosophically as if there are no consequences for your actions. You know, truth is up for grabs. There's no consequences in an afterlife. And so a lot of these kids grow up in that. So when they hear a good, strong presentation of that there is a God, there is a place called hell, there's death, judgment, heaven, hell. This, the little Catholic heart, their baptismal graces that they've received, it makes sense to them and they embrace it.
And Jesse, this is part of your life. I got it, and the other reason I like the name of your show, The Lord's Gym, is because this is a workout. This is a fight. This is not something that we men need to keep under a bushel basket in the corner while we just go to church on Sunday and come home and keep our big fat mouth shut because somebody's going to say, don't put your religion on me, right? They want us all to be schizophrenics, right? Be one way in church and another way in the world. You see it, I think, as a fight, as a struggle, as something we need to, in the gym, we've got to work hard at it as men.
Yeah, I was a kickboxer for 10 years. I fought all over the country. I had 64 fights in the ring. I was the United States, U.S. national middleweight kickboxing champion. So I know what competition is. I know what it means to diet, get ready for a fight, make weight. I know all the hype of being in a fight, stepping in the ring. It's a rush that very few people will feel. But I'll tell you this, that's the way I look at our Catholic faith. Our faith is dynamic. It's not static. It's not something that you do an hour on Sunday. It's a constant struggle. And that's why you'll find a lot of the metaphors in the New Testament. Fight the good fight of faith. Put on the whole armor of God. Wear the breastplate of righteousness.
That's right.
There's a lot of, I'm a soldier of God,
That's
2
right.
Timothy chapter 2. That language is all over the New Testament. It's not by coincidence. It's by design because God is reminding us that this is exactly what life on earth is. It's a battle for the salvation of our soul, the salvation of our family soul, and the salvation of our church as well.
Absolutely. And what are we called? To be saints, right?
Yeah.
And we
Nothing
men gotta
less.
help. Nothing less. So Jesse, tell me where can we find you on the internet?
In
these
about
days?
5 minutes, you're going to see me.
I know. In about 2 minutes, because I got to let you go. Where do we find you on the internet?
If you can if you want to invite me to your parish, go to my website. It's simple. My name, JesseRomero.com, JesseRomero.com. If you want to listen to me, I do 2 podcasts every day. I do 2 hours a day, Monday through Friday.
I'm in.
It's called VirginMostPowerfulRadio.org, VirginMostPowerfulRadio.org. And if you think I was good on Catholic radio, you've seen nothing yet, because now the gloves are off. I'm
good for you.
I don't play no silly games no more, and I call a spade a spade. I call right and wrong, and I have a lot of freedom now.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Thank you so much for being with us. This is St. Joseph Evangelization Network. I'm Peter Karutz. We're at the Catholic Men for Christ Conference, and Jesse says, come next year.
Yeah, amen.
Do it.
Absolutely.
We'll see you.
Yeah.
God bless you.